Hi guys, my name is Andrea and welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, you're coming to a pretty interesting time in my channel as I have not uploaded anything in a little over a month, and the reason for that is because I've been focusing on something really important to me, and that is my bachelor's degree. And I'm very happy to say now that we made it. It's been a long 4 years, and so you'll be seeing that in the next few clips. This video is going to be a little bit deep. You'll notice that's my channel in general. I like to be very open. Chapman has allowed for me to grow personally and professionally. Obviously, if you don't want to watch, you can click away. But this is also a video for me to reflect on many years down the road and see where I am right now. But as I've been editing the next few clips, it has also been a time for me now to reflect on 4 years back. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy. On May 10th, 2020, my family and I drove past Chapman just to see the campus. I had not accepted yet, so I was still comparing with the other college I had been accepted to. And then exactly a month later, I graduated from high school, and at this point, I made my decision to go to Chapman and started planning out my classes. I also started my YouTube channel during this time and was so excited to show my journey. Here's my ID picture that I coincidentally took on July 10th. What is it with the 10th of each month? In late August, Chapman had their summer bridge program, which is an orientation for incoming first-generation students. I took a few screenshots during the program on Zoom, and this happened to be one of them. I'm not sure why I took a screenshot of this, but it was Chapman's top employers, not knowing that I'd be tasked with creating the 2024 slide a couple years later. On August 24th, I moved into my dorm and was so excited to decorate it how I want and to live on my own. Our orientation followed that week, and we got this COVID supply kit given the time that we were living in. I also downloaded Instagram for the first time, including a short-lived small business. Shout out to Aendal. Then classes began, and I felt a huge difference from high school. The classes I had taken that semester were really homework heavy, and I even filmed a music video about being stressed. It was late September, and around this time, mentally, I wasn't doing well. The friends that I already had would continue to hang out without me, and when having strict parents and not seeing them in high school and being a bit far, I had to accept that it was time for new friendships. Not only do I feel left out, but also let down. Moved on. If I talk about it more, then I become more sad about it, and it's So I literally joined a Chapman Class of 2024 Discord, went to Newport with my roommate and a few other Chapman students, joined Latinx Club, reached out to some people on Instagram, and so on. But it was still so hard to make friends because of so much of the usual college experience being virtual. Although I felt lonely and all, I still liked the freedom of living without the strict rules, but I had to move out, and it would have been selfish not to because we couldn't afford it. At this point, both of my parents had lost their jobs, and during this time they were able to teach me how to drive, and they were able to get jobs in the end. And my grandma had COVID during this point. Thankfully, she is doing well now. These were all things that were more important to worry about. I'm thankful for Chapman's resources, like being able to borrow a computer for the school year. It made things a lot easier for me. Technology-wise, my computer before this was 10 years old. I couldn't even download Zoom, which is really crucial during this time. And I also downloaded GarageBand for the first time. And that's how I was able to make my first album, which isn't good, but 2021 Andrea spent a lot of time on it, so I won't dismiss the efforts. But that's how I ended my freshman year. But remember how I was in Chapman's summer bridge program as a mentee? Well, in summer 2021, I became a mentor and was exploring campus just as much as the incoming freshmen were at that point. And it was great that classes were going to finally be in person, and I got a job on campus. Except I didn't have a license. It took me a month into the semester to finally get my license, but hey, we got it. And I started my first 2 weeks at my on-campus job, which is at the Career Center, also known as CPD. And I got to meet many nice people, including in my classes and even friends that I had met online. The semester was starting out fine, but towards the end of the sophomore year, I was on academic probation, and I followed junior year as well. And commuting was becoming more tiring. It was taking up 10 hours or more of my week alone, and I wanted to be more involved, but it was hard. And I couldn't get any internships, and I ended up being heartbroken during my last weeks of the semester. On a day that I came crying to the office, my coworkers accompanied me after my shift to go to our school's Cinco de Mayo events, and this was where I watched the mariachi band play for the first time and knew that I wanted to join the following year. The summer approached and I had a lot of things on my plate to take care of. Certain things to get over and others to overcome, such as my 4 summer classes that I did not get enough sleep from. But I had to get it done to graduate it on time, and then I got my braces, which is a huge deal. Then junior year started. I joined the mariachi band that I already missed so much. This was my outlet to continue to do what I love, which is music, and I got to learn so much and play with very talented musicians. Overall, junior year was starting out fine, but as time passed, distance grew from the friends that you would see earlier in the video. I remember reading somewhere that you meet a lot of temporary people between the ages of 18 to 24. That is not to say that I hate anyone in this video. Life happens and you just grow distant or get heartbroken once or twice, and we grow character. That's my outlook. We really grow character. I will say though that if there is one piece of advice that I can give to Andrea from that point in time, is to not let 1, 2, or 3 guys take over you as a person, because it's not worth stressing over, and it really can't take away from your overall college experience, which is meant to be focused on your academics. Being involved. If one person doesn't acknowledge you, then meet someone else. I got my summer internship at this point, traveled with family, and moved out, and I don't think my mind was actually present in all of the positive and focused so much on the negative. I'm fortunate to have had one person in particular that I got close with. And I mean, who else can say they're close with their manager? Whether it's the uplifting quotes, long vents, or coming to my performances, this is just one of the reasons why I've continued to call CPD my family away from home. And then senior year started, and without saying too much, work was becoming a bit stressful, while at the same time learning a lot of new skills. But aside from that, being away from home was part of my healing time. I got to reconnect with an old friend, had some fun and tried to be more outgoing, and I was also continuing to perform in the mariachi band. I had disability accommodations for testing and taking notes, which helped me academically, and I met new CPD friends. Shout out to Emma for also listening to my long vents. And along with these friends, I also got to meet one person in particular, Diego. As I'm rewinding on the past few years, now I'm trying not to cry. Without going on a tangent, the change in my confidence and way to express myself and improve my communication has been admirable. All I wanted, if you asked me a year ago, all I wanted was someone to support the things that I love, such as making music, and someone who would genuinely liked me, and I got more. I also can't forget to shout out my friend Debbie. From going to our Hello Kitty cafe runs to making our grad cap together, she is literally one of the sweetest people that I've met at Chapman, and I've had the pleasure of meeting. I'm very fortunate. And with that, senior year has come to a close, and it was time to graduate, but I'll leave graduation day for another video. As for now, it has been almost 2 months since graduation, and I've continued to work at CPD and will almost end my time there. And I look forward to where life will take me after my time at Chapman.